Hello, Namaste, and welcome to the next episode of Seedhi Baat. I'm your host Pawan, and today we have with us our regular co-host Ms. Lavpreet Kaur, and also a guest to talk about student life and student issues, the issues students are facing today as the COVID-19 pandemic is going all over across the country. Lots of cases are going up, but still there is a certain unlocking that is being done throughout the country, and in this unlocking, there's even the issue of students returning back to their colleges and schools being opened up. So in the coming phases, the government is planning to open up schools and colleges in a gradual manner, but there's a lot of issues students are facing now. To talk about this, we have a very special guest, and his name is Sarath Satyendran. Welcome, Sarath, to the podcast. We would like to hear from you. You are a Tamilian, and how I'd like to know how you ended up in Punjab and studying in the Baba Banda Singh Engineering College. Over to you, Sarath.
Well, thank you, Pawan, for the introduction. My name is actually Sharath, not Sarath, and I'm from Kerala, not from Tamil Nadu, and we speak Malayalam there. And the question was how I ended up in Punjab studying in Baba Banda Singh Bahadur Engineering College. Well, I'm a military brat. My father served in Indian Air Force, and I'm one of those lucky guys who have got the chance to roam the country. Like I have been to most of the parts of the country. Like before here, Punjab, I have been in Chandigarh, and before that in Pune, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Delhi, and many more places. So when I did my 12th from Chandigarh. So after completing my 12th, I had appeared for JEE mains, and after the JEE mains, according to the number I scored, the marks I scored in JEE mains, I got allotted. I got allotted to Baba Banda Singh Bahadur under the PTU online counseling center. So actually, I didn't know about this university. My friend suggested to me about Punjab Technical University, and I heard a lot from him saying that it's a good university and all. And I applied for it. It's online counseling, and I got Baba Banda Singh Bahadur Engineering College allotted to me for civil engineering seat. And it was I heard the college was pretty good as compared to other colleges in the area. So me and my parents visited the college. My parents liked the infrastructure and the teachers there, and you can say the environment there. So they admitted me in the college, and right now I'm here in Baba Banda Singh Bahadur College studying civil engineering.
Hey, that's a nice thing to hear that you have a military background, and I have had a lot of friends as well who are from a military background, and I also stand corrected that you're from Kerala and not Tamil Nadu. And now moving on to the main issue today, I have a question. What is your reading of the situation and of colleges and schools, and what do you think is going on in the students' minds as a student yourself and in the general perspective? Please throw some light on that.
Well, I myself am a student right now. I'm pursuing BTech, right? And I have a sister who is studying in class 12th. And right now, after the COVID-19 pandemic in our country and worldwide, many institutions and universities are taking major steps regarding education of students. And right now, one of the major steps they are planning on taking is conducting the final exams of many semester of each and every semester students, and some of the pending exams of school students. Well, according to me, like I'm not against conducting exams, but the officials must consider the situation of the country right now, because the cases of COVID-19 is increasing day by day. If we check the statistics of our country, today I checked and it was like 2,37,000 cases. That's just in 24 hours. The cases have rise so badly. And even if we check if we particularly take the case of Punjab, and particularly if I take the case of my own college, in my college students come from different states, like from neighboring states like Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana, and Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Himachal, and all. And due to this lockdown, students have shifted back to their natives, and they are staying there with their parents and families. Well, while the university is planning for conducting exams, the students may have to travel back to their colleges to attend the exams, or they may have to uh, get to the nearest exam centers in their own particular states. And I don't know whether the universities are investigating the situation of each and every student, because we don't know in what condition they are thriving, because some students may be in the red zone, or maybe in the orange zone, and some students are in such states where the states have got its own personal issues. I don't want to mention particular states by name, but still we know that. And universities are planning on conducting these exams on online basis or offline basis. Some universities are planning to conduct the exams on offline basis also, which is much more riskier. There was a recent news regarding the country Israel, where the Israel schools opened for 2 weeks, and the COVID-19 cases hiked up to 7,000 cases per day, including students and teachers both. So, while the population of Israel is very low as compared to India, and still the cases are very high due to this action took by the Israel government. So, just imagine, as compared to we Indians in our country, India, the population is very high. And if the Indian government or the state government or the universities particularly take such steps of conducting exams, the chances of getting infected by this disease are very high. I mean, risking our lives for just mere some numbers that we score in an exam, I don't think it's logical.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right when you say that there's a high risk of getting infected. Not only that, I'll give you an example from my university. I'm studying in my MA in the University of Hyderabad, which is a central university, and you have students from every part of the country. You take a state, and every state from every state you have a student. All right. So in that context, when the lockdown was announced, a lot of students went back, and they are from far-flung areas, be it remote areas in Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, Kashmir. Some of them are even from Leh, Ladakh. So there's a lot of things involved in this. So there's a lot of students going out, while some of them, a sizable number of them, have managed to stay back in the hostels. Now they are asked to vacate it and go back to their homes. So now with this, there's a risk. There are two risks that are turning up. One is the risk of catching the infection when they are traveling back home, and if there's any issues in those areas, they won't be able to still contract it. And the other risk associated with it is that when they want to come back, so if the university wants calls for exams and all that in a month or so from now, so July, August, we may see exams in August. So if they want to come back, there's another added risk of catching infection if they want to come back. So there's a two-way risk that is appearing now. So what, in your opinion, should be done? What is the way out? Some universities have cancelled the exam, some are trying to reward the degree or even marks based on the internal assessment. So what is your opinion on this? What do you think should be done?
Well, according to me, Pavan, the universities are planning to conduct exams. Some have cancelled their examination and promoting their students according to the on the basis of the marks they scored in their internal assessments and assignments submitted by them. Well, some have postponed it, like some have cancelled their academic years also around the world. Some of the famous universities like Harvard University have cancelled their academic year for this year, so because of this COVID-19. And in our country itself, some universities, like some very famous institutes like IITs have cancelled their exams and are promoting their students according on the basis of internal assessment. Well, I think according to me right now, like we have two options: either we postpone the exams till the lockdown gets off and everything comes back to normal, or second is to promote the students on basis of internal assessment. Colleges are also planning to take online examination. Well, the issue with online examination is like every student doesn't have access to proper internet connection or IT infrastructure. Like they may say, like they would arrange an examination center in the nearest college where they have proper IT infrastructure, but still, for even for that we have to travel, and traveling can cause while traveling there are chances of being infected also. Well, and if they want us to get back to the colleges or universities to attend the exams in offline mode or whether in online mode, we have to consider the things that's going to happen when we travel. First of all, when we travel from one state to another, we have to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks straight. Well, if I travel from Chandigarh to Punjab, I may have to stay in for quarantine for like at least 1 week straight. And to be very honest, I have seen people, I have talked to people who have been in quarantine, and they say, according to their experiences, quarantine is no fun at all. And to be very honest, it's kind of depressing because the fear of being infected and staying in that fear for like 1 week straight is not very easy. Some even get mentally depressed also. And after attending the exams, we have to return to our home states, and after returning we have to stay in for quarantine for like 2 weeks, home quarantine. And same case again repeats, and the student has to go through those mental torture again. Well, according to me, a solution is either postpone the academic year or the examination for right now, and conduct the exams with next semester, or just promote the students on the basis of internal assessment and let this academic session pass away, because everyone is suffering due to this lockdown and covid-19 situation. Well, we have to consider each and every person included in the conduction of exam, like from students to teachers to the examination staff to the checking committee. Like there's a lot of people involved in this procedure, and we have to consider the life risk of each and every member of this procedure.
Well, you have raised some practical issues which concern every student, including myself, because there's a lot of debate regarding how to assess, how to conduct exams, should there be an exams. A lot of issues other than this are also being put out. So, to take this issue forward, I now ask co-host Lavpreet Kaur to share her questions. Over to you, Lavpreet.
Hey Sharath, I hope you're doing well and you're from BBS BEC, which I did not know. I've discovered this fact just now. So, hi, Sat Shri Akal.
Oh, well, Lovepreet, I thought you knew I was from your college, but well, if you didn't know, it's okay. Yeah, happens, mistake happens. Well, it's okay. Sat Shri Akal to you too. And I would like to thank Lovepreet and Pavan for including me in this podcast, because the topic we are discussing right now is like need of the hour, and you're creating a platform for students like me to like to make our voice heard to the public and to the necessary officials. Like I'm not speaking just for myself, I'm like speaking on behalf of so many students who wants to raise their voice, and like they want their voice to be heard, their situation to be heard by the officials, and uh, they want the actions to be taken accordingly.
Thank you so much, Sharath, for the wonderful remark. We actually have launched this platform for people like you and many others who don't get platforms often to discuss issues and to give their suggestions. It's possible that we might get unique suggestions from people whom we don't think we would get them from. And you're one of them. I'm very sure that you're going to give us some good insights right now. I have been following you and Pavan shortly, all the things that you've been talking about the examinations and lockdown. Of course, this pandemic has come upon us as a disaster, and all the aspects of our life, including health, education, infrastructure, development, traveling, everything, in fact, everything briefly has gone into vain. Right now, everything is shut. And as students, the most important aspect for us right now is, of course, education and examinations. Well, I really think that the Indian education system and examinations have always been under a huge question mark. And now that the pandemic has come, there are so many other question marks that have been raised by students across the nation. I speak in a very generous and neutral manner right now. I would say that we as students can propose many different things based on our convenience. But the policymakers and the education officials right now have a huge responsibility because they have to cater to the needs of all the students, all the regions, and even have to look forward towards the future of our education. Until now, there have been so many reiterations on how the exams have to be conducted. At one point, it looked like the examinations of all students, including school students, college students, and even the competitive examinations, would be cancelled. The next moment, they thought, why not do it in online mode? Then, as soon as they realized that the online assets are not sufficient for all the students to participate in the examinations, they felt the need of conducting examinations in a state-wise manner. Well, there's a lot that can be said here. And wow, the final year student dilemma came as a double cheese topping on this already overloaded pizza. Now, what can anyone do? The fact that the students of first year, second year, and the pre final year can be mass promoted based on their internal marks or maybe their marks in the previous semesters. But what about those who are in the last year? The ones who are going to pass out from the colleges? Who loves examinations? Nobody. No student loves it. So that's not even the question. As a final semester student, there's one thing that I would like to add here. We might miss our fun that we were supposed to have in the last semester. Not might, we are actually missing our farewell, the planning that we had for the last semester, the trip that we planned for. But let alone, all these things are very small. The more important concern is if we have no examinations done, we won't get our DMC. And how will we step forward in our life into our next phase? What I mean is, some of us want to join jobs, some of us want to go for higher education, some of us want to fly abroad. The next step is only possible if we are successfully completing our ongoing education. What's your suggestion on this? Along with this, here I would like to introduce one of our new moderators, who is Damanpal Singh. He's also a final year student of PBS PEC, and he'll be asking the next questions from Sharath.
Well, Lovepreet, I understand the concern. Like, final year students are facing a major dilemma other than student from any other year. Like, I'm a second year student, my fourth semester is going on, and I know I have friends from fourth year too who are facing similar dilemma. But recently, from our college, like the final year students have moved a petition, like rather say a request letter to the university regarding cancellation of the exams. All right, and that letter was like forwarded to each and every student, like on WhatsApp and other social media, to forward it to the university so that university consider our request. And it was straight away mentioned that the exams of final year students must be cancelled and promoted on the basis of internal assessment. Even if we take like other states, like Mumbai government has decided to promote students. Maharashtra government, sorry, not Mumbai. Maharashtra government has decided to promote the students on basis of their internal assessment. That I'm talking about final year students here. I have got many friends from Maharashtra because I have been in Pune for like 5 years. So I am in regular contact with them. I talk to them. I have got friends from final year and pre-final years, second years, first year. So I talk to them regularly. I know their situation. Their government has decided to promote students on the basis of internal assessment. Well, according to me, you asked for a suggestion, my opinion. Rather than conducting exams, if we promote the students on basis of their previous achievements and records, or rather say the previous internal assessment records, it would be much better rather than getting out of the house, risking their lives to give exams, and after returning from exams, putting the lives of their loved ones and family members in risk, because we have been contaminated zone. To be very honest, each and every place outside our home is contaminated zone right now. We don't know, like, how the virus is going to spread, right? Until unless we don't know whether an infected person passed away from our doorstep, we don't know, or through our gate, we don't know. So other than our house or homes, each and every place is a contamination zone. And to be very honest, stepping outside our homes would be like risking our life. But still, there are many people who on a daily basis are getting out of their house and doing serving the country, like the frontline workers. I respect them, I salute them for their work. Like, they are literally putting their lives to serve the nation, but still they know how they're facing it. If we can see on regular basis, some YouTubers are putting interviews on YouTube regarding the struggle the frontline workers are facing, or the news channels are showing the struggles faced by the frontline workers. They tell the real struggle outside the home, like how they have to stay, how they have to dress up, how they have to take care of themselves, I mean how struggling it is wearing face mask all day, like not getting in contact with anyone, any other person around them. And for us students, to be very honest, we are students, to be honest, we are kids. I know we are like 20 years and above, but still I don't think the maturity that people people have like people the frontline workers have, we don't have that maturity enough. Like for example, when we come to college after 3 months to attend the exams, and we will be meeting our friends after 3 to 4 months, and each and everyone will be excited on meeting each other, right? So when we see them for the first time in 4 months, and some may get into like excited and go for a hug or a handshake, or even stay in close contact. I mean, social distancing is a matter today, right? And that can risk the life of the person who is in contact and the people surrounding them. And for the conduction of exam, students may have to come to their colleges. So if we consider the condition of other state students who are coming from other states, like from Jammu Kashmir, who are coming from far off places, they may have to stay in the hostels. Like if we consider a regular hostel room of a regular college, at least 2 to 3 students stay in one room, and they have a common washroom for one floor, right? If each and every student use common washroom, and like students stay together and they have food from the common mess, all right, you can understand like there's no point of social distancing in there, right? Students have to live together when they are in hostel or in their college. Like teachers and officials can maintain social distancing, safety precautions, wearing masks and using hand sanitizer inside the classroom or inside the college building premises. But what about when students get out of those premises? Like after the exam, they will move out of the class, right? Can they maintain the social distancing norms there? I don't think so. I mean, they can't watch each and every student every time. I know we are supposed to maintain social distancing and safety precautions ourselves, but yeah, we know as a student, I know how the situation is going to be. Like how every kid, every student act when they meet their friends, and after so long, how they excited they will be. So we can't blame them either. I mean, to be very honest, you said that as a final year student, you're missing your fun, you're missing your farewell parties and stuff, farewell function, Mr. and Mrs. Farewell and all. I understand. Even we are missing because we are the people who are supposed to organize that function for you. Even we have fun, and I don't have to explain it to you. You're like a fourth year student, so you know what it is, right? So I'm saying is, it's nobody's mistake that we are going through this situation, and but it's our responsibility that we have to come out of the situation together. So for that we have to maintain some strict rules and regulations. And according to me, right now conducting exams is a huge risk. As I said earlier, the situation of the country Israel, they conducted their schools for like 2 weeks or one week or 2 week, and the cases have rise to 7,000 cases, including students, little students, like little kids and school staffs. Can you imagine those kids who are like below 5 years, or maybe like below 10 years, below 15 years, minors, suffering from such disastrous disease and staying in quarantine for like weeks without any contact with their family and stuff? It's very very painful to stay alone in a room with those patients who are suffering from the similar disease, and staying in quarantine without any entertainment, and just staying in the bed for days alone and eating medicines and just seeing the faces of those doctors. I mean, it's just a mental torture. So I think what I want to convey through whatever I said is clear to you. I mean, this is my point: promote the students on the basis of previous assessment, like, or the previous achievements they have got, like the exams they conducted, like mid semester tests or assignments they are taking, or the group projects, or the you can say the practicals and stuff. Pass the students on the basis of those numbers. If the numbers is all that matters, I mean, to be very honest, internal marks are also a huge number, play a huge role in the final numbers, right? So like Maharashtra government pass each and every student on the basis of internal assessment.
Hello, Sharath. I'm Damanpal Singh, your co-moderator for this podcast, and I hope you are doing well in this period of lockdown. So, till now, you have thoroughly explained the whole scenario of this pandemic. And as you have mentioned the example of Israel schools, it's clear evident that if we don't take this problem seriously, it's going to end up inputting us in a deep abyss. And by this, I mean an adverse, intense effect on people's social life, their personal finances, and as well as if we look at a larger scale, it's already adversely affecting the economy of our country, and it's going to get worsen by time. And we are also seeing that there is no short-term solution to this problem, as all the major medical agencies of the world are claiming that an effective medicine for this problem will be available only by the starting of the year 2021. So my question to you is that what is your opinion, or rather I say, what are your suggestions to the students as well as to the authorities, that what measures should be taken in order so that there should be minimalistic effect of this COVID-19 on the education system, and especially on the careers of the final year students?
Well, Daman, your question is very genuine and a very serious question. I would like to start my answer by mentioning something. Today I was going through my Instagram feed, and came to see a statement by Mr. Donald Trump on a meme page saying that America has got the so many cases because they keep on testing for COVID-19 disease, and they are saying that if they start testing in China and India, they may find more cases than US, and they are finding so many cases in US is because they are keeping on testing for the cases, right? So from that statement, I'm not particularly supportive or like non-supportive anything. I'm just saying, if we see that man's statement, he is very clear that India and China has got the most population in the world, so the chances of being spread of this disease is much more. Well, the question was, what is my opinion about the COVID-19 situation for students, educational authorities, and other authorities, right? My answer is, for right now, until and unless we don't find a cure for this disease or a remedy for this disease, or find an alternative to make the lives better, until and unless we don't find anything like that, we should stay home. For until and unless it's very emergency case, we shouldn't get out of our house right now. And everyone says students are the future of the country. So my question is, what future would be there if the students are not alive, right? The future dies, nothing is left. So we can't risk the lives of students, because already so many people are risking their life to make life of people very easier in during this pandemic situation. For example, the frontline workers, as I mentioned before. So my message or my opinion to the community, to the students, to the officials, to the authorities, college authorities, government officials, everyone around the globe, in our country, in my state, or in my colony, in my house, is stay home as much as possible. Avoid human contact outside the house. Stay safe, stay clean. Like, I know everything is important. Exams are important, passing, getting DMCs, finding jobs, if everything is important. But I don't think anything is much more important than life right now. Once the situation cools down, we can continue with our life, normal life, right? And also mentioned, there was a statement mentioned by World Health Organization, WHO, that this disease, COVID-19 disease, may be like the disease of HIV AIDS, like without any cure. If that statement proves to be true, then we may have to find an alternative. Like, we can't stay home for always, right? We have to move our daily lives. At that moment, I hope our government, our officials, even the citizen of our country will come together and find a wiseful decision or conclusion or decision to the situation, and move accordingly. Right now, my opinion to the students, to the authorities, to the officials, and everyone is, stay home as much as possible. These exams and other stuffs, I know they are important. I am not against any exams. No student is against exams, because nobody wants to play with your future, right? I'm not against exams, but I'm again I want to say is that consider the situation right now. Risking your own life and others' life right now is not logical. Exams can be conducted later on. I mean, yeah, or there are alternatives like you can pass the students, as I mentioned earlier, pass the students on the basis of um, internal assessment, right? And still the issue stands that they feel like they want to conduct exams, then the students are no one to say anything. We are ready to accept their decision. We have got no other option. We have to follow their decision because it's the university, it's the government. We have to follow them, right? We are ready to follow their decision and attend the exams. But after attending the exams, if this condition gets any more worse, I'm sorry to say this, the public, the community, the citizen are going to blame you guys. And right now I'm speaking for the beneficiary of both the people, the authorities, students, everyone, that right now risking lives is not an option. To be very honest, risking life is not an option. We have to stay home and self quarantine. That's the option.
Well, I think we had an amazing discussion with Sharath, Pavan, Daman, and myself. Though I just made a guest entry, but I think three of them have done a very good job. They have picked up the right questions, and Sharath has answered them in the best way possible. Of course, the situation right now is not the best one to be in. Most of us are feeling negative and sad. But don't worry, don't lose hope because things will be normal really soon. But a new normal. Things are never going to be the same as they were before. Now, it's possible that your education, employment, health, in fact, your whole life might come online. If that's the case, then right now you should be using this time to improve your skills, your knowledge, and your enthusiasm to face the post lockdown scenario with complete positivity and pass in it. The pandemic is a learning lesson for all of us. The government of the country and the people of the country need to learn that they have to be prepared for any other challenge which is coming in the future. Well, this lockdown has taught us a lot of things. The government has to ensure that the people of their country, especially the youth which is passing out in the year 2020, should be given right opportunities and right facilities to move ahead in their lives. They should not wander hopeless and unemployed here and there. That's what is the responsibility of each and every citizen, especially the youth and the government of this country. But for now, Jaan hai to Jahan hai. Please take care of your health and stay positive. Things will be better very soon. Thank you, Sharath, for joining us and giving us such wonderful insights. Thank you, Pavan and Daman, for giving your precious time and input to the podcast. And thanks to all the listeners for always cooperating with us. We will see you in the next episode of Seedhi Baat. Till then, take care, keep smiling, and stay healthy. This is your host, Lovepreet Kaur,